what is Web3? Now, Web3 is the era that has to do with the read, write, and own era. So let me give, still using that illustration of the supermarket, where, okay, you go into a supermarket, you see billboards, you can read, you can interact with others, you can buy, you can sell, you can do all of those things. But now you actually have a space in that supermarket. You actually own a space. So you can actually carry out transactions by yourself. You can actually do more than just read and write. You can actually own a part of that supermarket. So that is what Web3 is about. It gives you ownership. You don't just use. You actually have the capacity, you have the ability to not just use technology, but you can actually own a piece of technology. So one of the questions I get asked, I think I got asked that question on Monday. So what's the difference between Web 2 and Web 3? One of the things that I want to talk about is this ownership of a thing. Now, one of the issues that Web 2 has is data. Like, you don't actually own your data. Okay, so let me give a very practical example. How many of you has, like, you Googled, for example, on Google, you went to check, let's say, white sneakers. I want to buy white sneakers. And then you go to Instagram and you're seeing Instagram ads about white sneakers. Am I the only one? Okay, yes, thank God. I'm not the only one. Yes, so what happened? Is it that they shared, what happens behind the scene is that when you put all of those, your informations online, those platforms actually own that information and they can actually do what they want to do with it. So, you know when you're signing up into those apps and then you see a place that they say, if you agree with our terms and conditions, click this button. And then you click it. You didn't read it. If you've ever read those things, they just we don't used to read in this country. But then you see that you agreed that they can actually use your data. So there are advertisers that want to actually they have things to sell and they want to share it with the world. And now these organizations, the Facebook and the rest of them, they have the data. They know your birthday, they know your best friend, they know your father, they know everything about you. And now there's someone with money that is saying that I want to meet a young girl that likes sneakers. And then I searched about sneakers. So they carry your data and they share it with them and they are able to send those ads to you. They are able to send those ads to you. And that is how it happens. So one of the things that Web3 stops, you actually own your data. So even when it comes to monetization, you post things on social media, and at the end of the day, you're not really milking it. With Web3, you can actually benefit. You can actually own the data. You can actually get monetized. Your contents that you're putting out, you're actually being they're actually being monetized using cryptocurrency. So one of the misconceptions is that Web3 is cryptocurrency. Web3 is very broad. Other technologies are under Web3. Things like artificial intelligence, things like data analysis, a lot of technologies are going to be used in Web3. But Web3 is broad and bigger than that. So cryptocurrencies is just a way for you to make payments in this particular era. It's just a way for you to do transactions easily. So it is bigger than that. Why should you actually get interested? Why should you actually start researching? Now, you know, in the days of our grandparents and great-grandparents, when the internet came about, they were telling them that, oh, there's this new thing called internet. And they were like, oh, I'm not interested, or maybe it's too big for me. And they ignored it. Fast forward to now, they cannot use mobile phones. They cannot use some of these things. That is what is happening now. Now we are saying Web3, you don't want to pay attention. In a couple of years, technology is evolving every day. Technology is becoming more advanced. And if you are not intentional about being aware of these things and actually getting involved, in a couple of years, you will just be looking and they'll be telling you that this thing happened in 2023, it happened in 2024, but you were not aware. So please, I want you to be very curious. Don't just hear about these technologies. Go back and actually listen. Go back and actually read about them. Go back and actually see how can I actually be a contributor in this space. And I'm sure that in the next couple of years, you're going to come and thank me with whatever you want to thank me with for. So thank you so much. I think I'll stop here before they pursue me with a knife. Thank you.